morning, Miss Curry, Father Nico, Miss Walker, Miss David, and special guests. Every eye is an eye. This simple statement is much more than a quote. It is the foundation of the work and mission of an eye surgeon from New Zealand whose knowledge has changed the lives of thousands of people around the world. This outstanding visionary is Mr. Fred Hollows. Putting an end to avoidable blindness, especially in developing countries and Aboriginal communities, has been the ultimate goal of Fred Hollows since graduating and relocating to Australia in 1965. As a practitioner at an eye clinic in rural Australia, Fred had the opportunity to witness the poor standard of eye health in the camps. Since then, Fred has spent his whole life helping restore sight to thousands of people in Australia and overseas. In Fred's view, no matter whether rich or poor, everyone should have the right to high quality and affordable eye care. To begin with, one of the main programs Fred had started was to help the Indigenous people so they can have the same respect and access to eye care as everyone else. Fred immediately noticed the lack of basic health conditions within these communities. In those days, Indigenous people were not even allowed to visit doctor clinics. Fred couldn't believe that a great number of children and adults suffer from blindness coma, a rare disease hardly ever found in Australia that could be cured with a simple surgery. And this is exactly what Fred started to do. Furthermore, ever since the start of Fred's career as an ophthalmologist, he devoted his work to not only in Australia, but also overseas, especially Nepal and Eritrea. In particular, his experience in Eritrea motivated Fred to find a way to reduce the cost of eye care and eye treatment in developing countries. His idea was to produce intraocular lenses to restore sight in local factories to reduce their cost. Ever since this change, the same factories that Fred had visited are now producing millions of lenses at a cost of roughly $10 Australian. Because of this, Fred has made a huge impact on millions of people, creating affordable and accessible eye care. Even more, he empowered local communities. In addition, as a testimony to Fred Hollow's great achievements, a foundation in his name has been set up after his death in 1993 to continue his legacy. Gabby, Fred's wife, who is also an eye surgeon, had joined him in his travels from the very beginning when she was only 22 years old. The Fred Hollows Foundation now works in more than 25 countries and has restored sight to over 3 million people worldwide. Today, the Fred Hollows Foundation continues to restore sight, fight for change in remote communities, and empower less fortunate people in third world countries. Fred Hollow's vision is unquestionably remarkable. His passion and determination to fight injustice for those who are unable to due to their Indigenous statuses or poor living conditions remain unparalleled. Fred's humanitarian work has changed people in so many ways, and yet hasn't changed him, who continues to stay humble, generous, and compassionate, traits that are the true master of their field. Fundamentally, restoring sight, fighting for change, and empowering communities has been Fred's ultimate aspiration and continues to be his legacy. Therefore, such an inspiring pioneer should be awarded the OAS Award for his outstanding contribution to restoring sight and promoting fair eye care for all. Or in Fred's own words, every eye is an eye. Thank you.